Good afternoon and welcome to day 2 of the FINA World League Prelims, the precursor to the FINA World League Super Final. We're here live from the USA Water Polo National Training Center in Los Alamitos, California. Hi everyone, alongside Olympic gold medalist 2012 Heather Petrie, Greg Meskel here with you as we're getting set for USA and Brazil. Heather, exciting time for these women after a long layoff after the Olympics. They're back in action.
That's right. They got one game under their belt last night, so all the jitters are out. Now they get to playing water polo and having fun.
These two teams playing here to kind of determine seeding going forward for the FINA World League Super Final set for Beijing this June 1st through 6th. And it'll be USA and Brazil. A familiar face across the way there for Brazil and Hall of Famer Sandy Nita as their head coach. We'll take a look here at the Team USA roster brought to you by Holiday Inn. There's some notable faces there. Some of your teammates from years past. Betsy Armstrong in the cage. Melissa Seidemann coming off an exciting year with Stanford. Kelly Rulon, Anna Catrice, Cami Craig, head coach Adam Krikorian back. Team Brazil, a lot of Marinas out there. Coach Sandy said Marina Canetti been there the longest. She gets to keep her name. Everyone else gets nicknames. This is the team that has already qualified for Rio 2016. Exciting for that team. You know what qualifications are like. Brazil already knows they will have a spot in the Olympics.
That's right. That's quite a comforting feeling going into games because they have 4 years to really put it together. Just the start of games.
We'll see what they can do here as we're underway. Opening sprint is controlled by Brazil. We'll start things off with Brazil in the white caps, Team USA in the dark. And we'll get things going here with our officials in this one. Mr. Dykman from Canada, Mr. Severo from Italy. Brazil starts things off on the offensive end. USA already victorious here, as you mentioned. They defeated Canada last night, 11-7, coming from behind to take down the Canadians. We'll see them in our next game this afternoon as they take on the USA B team. Here's an ordinary foul. Shot clock to 3 for Brazil right now. They're going to get a chance here. Quick shot, but inside the 5. Wave that off. Let's take a look at who's out there right now for Team USA. Betsy Armstrong in the cage. Danielle Ward out there as a defender. Courtney Mathewson, Kelly Rulon, Lolo Silver, Anna Catrice at the center spot, and Melissa Seidemann as we get things underway. What do we see here, Heather, defensively from Brazil?
It looks like they're in a hard press, making the U.S. team really get it into the center and create some offense.
See an ordinary foul there. Here's Seidemann now taking a look. Took a few fakes, and that one stopped there. Seidemann firing and denied there by the Brazilian keeper, Manuela Canetti. The starters for Brazil, Manuela Canetti, Marina Zeblith, Marina Canetti, Lucian Maia, Isabella Chiappini, Melanie Diaz, and Mirella Coutinho for Coach Sandy Nita.
Over on the 4-5 side for Brazil.
Team USA in a drop already, trying to force the Brazilians to shoot from outside.
Couple of fakes. There's a lob try, and that went off the mark. And why would they want them to take some outside shots?
You know, we've got one of the best goalies in the world, Betsy Armstrong. I love playing with her, and you know, I have faith that she's going to block all of those shots.
Same thing there for the USA defense. Inside now to Dries. Quadruple team as the keeper came out of the cage and knocked that one away. It'll come back to Brazil and back to Canetti, who will control things. Now Brazil will start things off. We're just underway here in this opening period. 6:18 remaining. We're scoreless. USA and Brazil FINA World League Prelims action. The first of 3 games on the day. We'll follow this with Team Canada taking on the USA Women's B team, and then this evening, 7:20 p.m., USA men in action taking on Brazil. That ball knocked away and stolen there. Mathewson able to come in and take that one away.
USA with a quick drop there as the defender puts her hands up so as not to get ejected.
Here's Lolo Silver, just off a season playing in the Netherlands. Entry inside, that pass got a little away there, but Seidemann able to gather it up. Tries to go left-hand to Rulon. Great defense there from Brazil. Almost too many options for Mel.
That's right. Whether to shoot it, give it a pass. You know, I think we just need to put the ball in the goal.
So we'll go down the other end now. Here comes Brazil. Here's Diaz controlling. See a look there at Diaz, and USA here pressing out near mid-tank. There's Lolo Silver on defense. Looking inside, Dries. Double team comes and taken away there by Seidemann. USA double teaming the ball right now. And here comes Mel Seidemann on the offensive end. 3 minutes gone by here in the first period, still scoreless. Seidemann now ahead to Mathewson. And she'll take a look.
Looks inside, goes to Silver. That goes to Ward.
Team USA attacking a zone.
Outside shot there, and that one is stopped by Canetti. Team USA expected to win this game. Is it tough to come into a game like that where you're expected to put up a lot of goals?
You know, I think that every game is a chance for them to practice their style, especially at the beginning of this summer season. They really just need to click and start gelling together as a group.
Getting a chance here this weekend. We'll see an exclusion now, and an advantage here for Brazil. Going to be a 6-on-5. And looks like that's Danielle Ward heading out for Team USA. That's her first exclusion, and a power play opportunity here for the Brazilians. They move it around. Quick look, firing, and that one field blocked out of play. Sides come even, and the ball back to Betsy Armstrong and Team USA. Armstrong takes a look. She'll throw it ahead now. Here's KK Clark, who has just come on. UCLA grad and a defender. Clark moving it in, gives off to Rulon. Rulon now takes a look, swings it around. Here's Silver. Silver over to Rulon. Quick fire and field blocked out of play. We're seeing some sharp defense here from Brazil.
That's right. They're getting a lot of field blocks in their zone. That's what we pride ourselves on as a Team USA, is try and get field blocks and force the ball towards our goalie, and that's really what they've been showing us this last couple possessions.
Here's Chiappini now controlling for Brazil. 3:30 to go here in the first. We're scoreless. Brazil has done the job halting USA in a couple of chances in close. Entry inside now, Seidemann defending, double team comes, couple of Stanford teammates there, Dries and Seidemann converging. And a half pass, maybe half shot attempt there from Canetti, lost it and taken away by Armstrong.
Looks like Brazil's offense is trying to bring in a mismatch. They've got Marina Canetti right on Melissa Seidemann, which is a very good defender, trying to bring somebody else in there to make something happen.
Here's Clark to Rulon. Back to Clark. She'll take a look. That shot stopped, knocked down by Canetti on the save. The ball goes out, and it'll come back in 2-meter line. Rulon will put it back in play. New shot clock here for Team USA. Under 3 to play here in the first period. Rulon inside, great look. Mathewson lost it off the hand. Defense was there, coming from behind by Diaz.
That was a great look from Kelly, looking for Courtney as she drove on the other side, took advantage of that lapse in defense. Just need to put it in the goal.
Those timing plays, when they go well, look a lot easier than they are.
That's right.
And they are a contra foul. And it's going to go back to Armstrong. And Betsy will take a look. We're scoreless here in the first. Move it ahead now to Seidemann. She'll give it a look. Swings it far side, now looking for Rulon. Rulon will drive in. Shot clock to 14. Swinging around Clark. Entry inside. The turn. Dries, and lost the handle. Knocked out of play.
Great turn by Annika Dries at the center position. Just needed to get it past that goalie.
Here's Mathewson. Mathewson moves in, takes a look, she'll fire and score. USA is on the board. Courtney Mathewson connecting for the first goal, and with 1:58 to go, USA strikes first. Mathewson hitting for Team USA.
It's a beautiful sight. I love to see Courtney shoot, and that was definitely another one of her signature moves right there, near side, past the goalie.
And now we'll see some wholesale changes here for Team USA. A lot of subs coming in. Cami Craig will come on. Monica Vavich, Maggie Steffens will check in. Rachel Fatal, Jillian Krause. So everyone but Clark is out, and the benefits of depth here for Team USA, they can go a full near 6 in, 6 out.
That's right. Makes it a lot easier to play when you can get a little rest at different times in the game.
Here's Brazil now back on the offensive end, under 2 to go. Maggie Steffens providing defense. And we'll get an exclusion called. And another power play coming here for Brazil. KK Clark will go out on her first exclusion. And we'll get a 6-on-5 here for Brazil. 1:30 to go in the first. USA leading 1-0. Here's Coutinho. A few fakes. Swings it around the perimeter. Plenty of time here for Brazil. They go near side now. Diaz. Nothing there. Back top. Shot is off of the crossbar and away. New shot clock. Sides will come even. Power play ends for Brazil, but they'll have it back with a new shot clock. Here's Ableith going inside. And Fatal stepping through. Fatal stepping through there and able to take that one away. Here's Armstrong now. Minute left to go in this first period. 1-0 USA leading over Brazil. Here's Kraus. Craig working inside, double team there. Deals out to Clark. Clark gives it a look. Entry inside. Craig had it, but double team comes. Brazil doing a good job. They're crashing down. You see 3 bodies in there on that entry pass.
That's right. They're creating a zone, not giving much of an opening for our center entry passes, and then crashing once the ball goes in. Very good defense from Brazil.
32 seconds to play here in the first. 1-0 USA. Here's Zableith handling. Shot clock to 10 for the Brazilians. They'll give it a look inside. Ordinary. Timer down to 6. Lob shot there. Armstrong read it all the way, knocked it down. Timer's off. 17 to go in the period. USA can hold for the final shot. Here's Armstrong. Throws ahead to Clark. Clark on the move. Game clock to 6. Takes a look. Inside water. Surging to the cage. Off the post. Vavic can't connect, and that's the period. After 1, USA leads it 1-0. Hotly contested first period. USA here ahead 1-0 in this, the first period of the FINA World League prelims. Today's webcast of the USA Water Polo FINA World League prelims is brought to you by Tier, the official outfitter of USA Water Polo. Holiday Inn, the official hotel of USA Water Polo. And Mikasa, the official ball of USA Water Polo. 1-0 here at the half, or at the end of the first period, excuse me, and we'll be back after this.
I still can't hear him.
Out on Holiday Inn, the official hotel partner of USA Water Polo. Visit holidayinn.com for more and reservations. And we're back here in Los Alamitos. 1 period in the books, 1-0 USA leading right now. You get a good look there at head coach Adam Krikorian, along with 4-time Olympian gold medalist Heather Petrie here. And 1 period in the books, I think the odds makers might have thought USA to be leading by more than 1 goal, but credit Brazil.
You know, I think Brazil's playing some great defense, and the U.S. team just needs to stick to their game plan, make sure that each group that's coming in is executing what Adam is asking them to do, and have faith that it'll start working in the later periods.
Brazil's head coach, someone you're familiar with, Sandy Nita, a USA Water Polo Hall of Famer, well known in the commerce community, former national team head coach. How much does it help a team like Brazil, would you think, to have someone with that kind of water polo knowledge?
I think that's incredible. She's a legend here in the U.S., and what she's bringing down to Brazil as they head into 2016 is invaluable. I think they're really going to improve over the next 4 years.
So the U.S. about to break the huddle here. You've been in the situation where you come off the Olympics, you have all of that time where maybe you don't even go and play overseas, so you're just maybe training lightly. What is it like to get back out there and try and shake off the cobwebs and get back into that competitive mode?
You know, I don't think it takes much. Even not playing anymore, I walked on the pool deck and had that similar butterflies when you see the U.S. team capping up again. And I think it's exciting. They get new players they have to learn and gel with, and it's just a new opportunity to have some fun.
And you're seeing some new faces here, some players that are new to the mix. You were in that spot. We don't want to date you, but it was a few years back. It's got to be an exciting time to be kind of in that first call-up to the senior team.
It is. It's an opportunity for you to grow and experience international water polo at its best, and make you just see where you can go, push your limits. So it's good to see these faces coming out of college, getting their opportunities.
Yeah, a lot of these players, really no rest for the weary here. The NCAAs was 2 weekends ago. A lot of players here on Stanford. Mel Seidemann-Dries, Maggie Steffens. A lot of players right back at it here, so they didn't have much time away from water polo. Opening sprint to start things off, and Ward and that was Ward and Bahia going forward, and Bahia controls it for Brazil, and they'll start things off with the ball here in the second. 1-0 the lead for Brazil. They're in the white caps, Team USA in the dark. Here's Mathewson defending.
Team USA in a hard press, trying to see what Brazil will do with that.
And a lot of time coming off the clock, and they make a bad pass there. Still gathered back, though, and they'll get an ordinary with 1 on the shot clock. And stopped there by Armstrong. That hard press, are they hoping for a steal, a bad shot? What is the end goal there?
You just want to make it hard for them to pass the ball around, work that clock so that by the time they do have an opening or possible shot, there's very few seconds left on the shot clock. And to tire them out. The harder you're pressing, the more they have to work.
Entry into Seidemann, back out to Rulon. Shot clock to 13 for the United States. Here's Dries. She'll give it a look, not the outside shooter. We'll pass it around. There's Silver. Ordinary call, timer down to 6. Silver goes to Ward. They play catch, shot clock to 2. Silver fires, and that one off of the goal, out of play. Comes back into Brazil. 1-0 here, under 7 to go in the first half. Ordinary called. There's Silver providing defense. Entry inside. Triple team. Passed back out, and precious time ticking away here on the Brazil possession. Shot clock to 4, nothing doing here on offense for Brazil. They're gonna have to toss this one aside, and strong defense there from Team USA, but also Brazil, not too much intensity on that last possession.
It looks like they're changing up their center player, bringing different people in, and it makes them a little bit scattered.
Rulon deals off to Silver. Moving in, double team comes, back to Rulon, and taken away. The steal there by Vigna, who's come on.
Brazil also changing up their defense, playing a little bit in the middle, in the lanes, forcing US to figure out what defense they're running and sort that out on offense.
6 minutes to go here in the first half, 1-0 USA. Staying on the perimeter, shot clock to 10. Now down to 7. Entry inside, and a contra foul call. Looked like there 2 meters. That was Carvalho using the off arm to hook the defender in Silver, and the referee's all over that.
That's right, our game is all about what the referees don't see, so you can't grab too high.
If you're pretty obvious, these officials are gonna be all over it.
That's right.
Here's Ward now. She'll take a look. Gives off to Rulon. Ward fires, shot block is there by Kennedy.
Brazil running a drop on the left-handed side. Team USA only has right-handers over there, so trying to make it a little bit harder for them to score.
Ordinary called. 5 minutes to go here in the second period. Day 2, FINA World League Prelims action going through Monday here in Los Alamitos. Shot clock to 5 now for Brazil. Entry pass, the turn. That one off the post almost found a home, but Armstrong gathers it up, and the ball back to the United States.
Team USA's hard press is giving Brazil a little bit of trouble, pushing their offense really far out, not giving them much of an opportunity to score.
Here's Rulon. Entry inside. Quick turn, Annika Dries does the rest from there. Puts that one away, and the United States gets their second goal of the day, 2-0. And Brazil doing a nice job here, but the U.S. with a couple of centers that are tough to match up with.
That's right, and you look at that connection. Kelly put that ball right on Annika Dries' hand, making it very easy for her to step out and shoot very quickly. It's hard to block when you're on defense.
I think one of the big differences when you watch water polo at any other level and this level is passing. You just don't see a lot of dropped passes. How much of that is a focal point when you're in practice and in games and when you're part of the national team?
That's very important. Passing really does make the game a whole lot better. If you're dropping the ball, your offense is slowed down. You don't have as much opportunity to catch the goalie off guard. So that we actually spend most of the game passing, or most of the practices passing.
4:30 to go. Again, big changes here for the U.S. They'll bring in some fresh faces off the bench after that latest goal. We'll have more USA women's action in our next match, as Team 2 will be taking on the Canadian women's national team. Entry inside and an exclusion called. See who's heading out here for the United States. It's going to go on Maggie Steffens, her first. The Olympic Games MVP goes out for 20 seconds, and a 6-on-5 opportunity now for Brazil. Still trying to find their first score of the day. Stay on the perimeter right now. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They swing it around. Sides coming even. Ball comes middle, quick shot, and too much on it, up over the cage. Ball back to the United States. They kill off the power play. Long outlet pass.
We've had a lot of balls sailing over the cage. People are wanting it so badly, they're not following through on their shots.
And that entry pass there, speaking of wanting it, USA going right in front of the cage, and Vavic couldn't get there in time. Turned over. 3:20 to go. First half, USA in the lead 2-0, but Brazil has been there throughout defensively.
Right now it looks like it's a battle of defenses. Low scoring game, you got to see who can stick to their guns longest.
And there's a contra foul, and you're right, a lot of the great games we've seen internationally around that 7-6, 8-7 seems to be a trademark. If you can hold a team to around 6 goals, you're going to put yourself in a good spot.
Yep.
Clark fires, that's off the post and away. And there, a good shot from behind the cages. Clark just off the mark. Under 3 to go now here in the first half. Brazil has been there defensively, just has yet to get their offense on track. Has had a couple of looks, but as you mentioned, the ball just kind of sailing a little bit over the cage.
Team USA changing their defense. Now we're in a little bit of a drop, giving a few more opportunities on top for Brazil to shoot the ball.
Shot clock to 2. And the shot clock will expire. And it'll come back to Steffens. And the USA will take over now on the offensive end. 2:15 to go here. First half, USA in the lead 2-0. FINA World League Prelims. Entry pass inside. Craig looking for the catch. Exclusion will be called on Brazil.
That whole play was set up by the great center entry pass that had off of a foul, so she was live. Makes it really hard for a defender to drop if it hasn't been a foul.
Exclusion on Coutinho for Brazil. 6-on-5 here for the U.S. Here's Steffens. Steffens fires and off the crossbar and away. And USA there, a golden opportunity, 6-on-5. Is there anything that frustrates your coach more?
Than missing a 6-on-5. Maybe a little bit. He gets a little frustrated. We could have probably been a little bit more patient there, looking for an opening. But it's always good to be aggressive and shoot and set the tone. So good for Maggie for getting it in there.
1:30 to go. 2-0 lead for the United States. Here's Brazil on offense. Shot clock to 7. Outside shot, wide right of the cage. And we'll go back down the other end. Long outlet pass. Armstrong finds Kraus in stride, all alone, no one there. Kraus rises up, and then the soft shot. The lob is in for Jillian Kraus. And the U.S. is ahead 3-0, 1:14 to go, and Kraus there faking out the goalie a little bit.
That was a great opportunity for Jillian as she came down. If you rush those kind of shots, you're going to be giving them an opportunity on the other end. So she really locked her down. Nice soft lob. Score. Gives them a chance to take a break after a long period of no scoring.
Mathewson on now. And Steffens will go out. 1:14 to go. In this first half, USA has led throughout, 3-0. Here's Marina Zeblith. Z, as Coach Sandinita refers to her. Under a minute left here in the first half. Entry inside, that pass too much on it. Easy takeaway for Armstrong.
Going back to that hard press, really forcing them to make bad passes. Makes it easy for Betsy to go out and get the ball.
Armstrong sends it ahead to Clark. And here is Rachel Fatal, MPSF Newcomer of the Year in her freshman season at UCLA. Fatal takes a look, gives off to Kraus, who scored the last one. Tries again, it's stopped on the near side. 30 seconds to go, about a 1-second differential shot in the game clock. Brazil can wind this down to near the end.
Isabella Chapini up the right side.
Chapini moves in. Looking to go one-on-one. Vavic picks her up there. Craig giving chase. Clock down to 5 on the shot. Entry back inside. Down to 1, and they're out of time. And that is going to bring an end to the first half. So after 2 periods, it's Team USA 3, Brazil nothing here in this FINA World League prelim game. We will take a quick break, step aside, and return with a look back at the first half. You're watching the FINA World League prelims right here on USAWaterPolo.org.
When it comes to fun family getaways, it's got to be Holiday Inn Club Vacations. Room to be yourself.
For the first time, one love, one team, no losses, gold medals.
4 years. That's how long it took to get here, to win a gold medal. Technically, anyway. Fact is, it's been a lot longer than that. Committing to excellence means never giving up. It means if you don't succeed, try again. Here's to water polo. Here's to being truly excellent. And we're back here at a sunny USA Water Polo National Training Center here in Los Alamitos, California. Heather Petrie, Greg Meskel here with you. Thanks for joining us. Those of you checking in through teamusa.org, on youtube.com, through usawaterpolo.org. However you found this, thanks for watching. Heather, first half in the books. USA 3, Brazil nothing. You look back to yesterday, Brazil lost to Canada 17-4. USA beats Canada 11-7, so you add that all together and you figure USA wins easily here. But so far, Brazil has hung in there defensively.
That's right. Every game is an opportunity for you to play and play hard, and you don't know who's going to win until the end of that game. So Brazil is bringing it today. I really liked how they were changing up their style these last 2 quarters, trying different things, seeing what may work against the U.S. team.
And for the U.S., the offense, frustration there that they only have 3 goals, or do you like what you've seen out of them thus far?
No, I think they're being very patient. They're playing with different groups. They're learning new players. That's the process of going through a new part of the season.
And you look at that 3-0 here, from a fan standpoint, and I know that you know it differently because you've been on the inside as a player, but the fans are looking for goals. They want USA to win, but you know that this is part of a process of building a team. So a game like this, maybe part of it is really figuring out how players work together and looking towards the Super Final or World Championships.
That's right, and they're also trying different styles, different defenses, seeing what works on offense, which players work well where. So while I know everyone wants to see lots of goals, this is a learning process for the players.
Speaking of things you can learn, follow us on a variety of social media. I hope everyone's writing this down. Be a part of our online community. Follow us on Twitter. You can get live goal-by-goal updates of this game as it's happening at USAWP. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, which you already know about if you're watching this game, USAWP, and then one of our recent additions, Instagram, if you want to see some pretty awesome photos from USA Water Polo events or other cool things with filters and everything else. Check out USA Water Polo on Instagram, and those are a great way to kind of keep in touch. And while we're plugging social media, you're big on Twitter.
I am. I love to tweet. I also love posting photos on Instagram. Just took a picture with a fan out in the stands, and she has already posted it and tagged me, so that's exciting.
That's pretty awesome. How has some of this stuff been able to bring you maybe closer to the community than in years past?
I think that's one of the most incredible parts of London. We had social media access in our rooms in the village, so we could have live time conversations with fans and really feel connected to the people supporting us at home, and I think that's only going to bring people closer to our sport.
And speaking of fans and up-and-coming athletes, a good look there at the crowd, and sprinkled throughout the crowd some of the future of the USA Water Polo national team. This is a big weekend for the Olympic Development Program, the National Training and Selection Camp. Athletes getting together to determine if what other teams they'll be on, whether it's the junior, the youth, the cadet, the developmental. So you know, a chance, and I know when you were coming up, there wasn't maybe all these levels of the team, but a chance now for these athletes to kind of sit and watch and aspire to be in this stage.
That's right. I think the national team pipeline that you were just describing has really been created over the last 12 years and gives everyone an opportunity to mix together. They get to meet these national team members, and even if you just started, getting to see this kind of look at water polo is very inspiring.
So you mentioned that when you came on the pool deck earlier, you were even getting little butterflies. How tough is it for you to watch one of these games and not be playing in it?
Well, definitely last night was a little rough. It was the first time Team USA suited up and I wasn't part of that team. And I know that, you know, as you retire, every athlete just wishes they were back in the pool, but I have full support and love these girls, want to see them do very well, and will always be cheering them on, no matter if I'm in the pool or on the deck.
And I imagine it's weird to see your #2 cap on a different head.
On somebody else,
Yeah.
That's okay. Lola Silver, she will carry that on for many years. She's a great player, and I love to see what she's going to do with it.
So we're about set to start the third period here. Kelly Rulon lining up for the opening sprint for Team USA. They're in the dark caps, Brazil in the white. If you're just joining us here, FINA World League Prelims Day 2. USA victorious in their first game, topping Canada 11-7 last night. Brazil lost to Canada yesterday, and now coming back here looking for a victory. And we're about to put the ball in the water. And Rulon is underway off the side. And looks like Brazil just defers here, and they just toss this one in, and Rulon can take it. So you don't see that very often. Brazil just kind of gave up on the sprint and let Rulon have it.
Maybe Brazil wants to take a stand with the defense they're choosing to go with in this third quarter.
And it works out. They knew what they were doing. Contra foul. It's going to go back to Brazil. Turnover, and they switch their goalkeeper here at the half. Victoria Chamorro will come on. Manuela Canetti will take a seat. So Coach Nina looking to get some time for both of her keepers here. Busy summer for Brazil. They're here. They have qualified for the World Championships in Barcelona. They did that back at the qualification tournament in Calgary earlier this year. So they'll head off to Spain this July. And then, of course, we know they are guaranteed a spot at the Olympic Games. So they'll be headed to that in 2016, and they have 4 years to prepare. Shot clock to 4 right here for Brazil on the offensive end, and great defense. Seidemann coming back to take it away.
Again, the Team USA using a hard press, pushing that Brazilian offense very far out of the attack zone.
And now Seidemann will start things off. Moves things over to Lolo Silver. And now here's Danielle Ward out of UC Irvine. Played for assistant coach Dan Klatt. Oh, beautiful backhand there. Annika Dries making it look easy with her second of the day. So strong.
That's right. Our centers are some of the best in the world. I loved how she turned there, kept going for the ball even when there was no call, putting the ball in the goal. Great job, Ani.
Dries puts that one away, her second of the day. And Dries coming off of the season at Stanford, was in that epic overtime match at Harvard a few weeks back. USC winning the national championship against Stanford. The game went to 5 overtimes, 3 sudden death overtimes before Ani Espar, a player you're familiar with from Spain,
that's right,
won that one going off the post and in, and just deflating, but also part of history for the 3 Stanford athletes that are on the U.S. senior team.
But that can also make those girls hungry to prove something now that they're back in action with Team USA. They're going to come into this summer with a lot of energy, a lot of fight, wanting to make a statement.
Here's Silver now. Lost it, gets it back on the ordinary. Shot clock to 14.
Melissa Seidemann up on top for Team USA.
Seidemann holding. Ball knocked away. It'll come back to Lolo Silver. We're down to 8. Move it into Ward. She'll take a look. A few fakes. Lolo fires, and that's wide left of the cage, out of play, and we'll go the other end. You talked about that game perhaps making them hungrier. I thought they'd probably be overjoyed to have a chance to play again, not have to think about that game for a long time. They get right back out there.
That's right. As an athlete, you just want to take what you can from a loss like that. This is what sports is about. You get an opportunity to play, and if it doesn't go your way, how can you improve and move on? So now it's their chance to do just that.
Beautiful steal there by Danielle Ward, now leading the counterattack. Here's Ward. Silver on the wing. Ahead of the field, here's Lolo Silver. Stops and fires. And no, off the post, did not cross the goal line. Completely taken out there by Chamorro, and it'll go back to Brazil. And we've seen a couple of chances here now for the U.S. right in front and just ding off the post.
On the right side. Pressed by Matheson. Matheson on the right
Team USA still in a hard press, looking for Brazil to make a mistake in their passing and push their offense way outside of the attack zone.
Here's Rulon. Shot clock to 5. Entry pass in. The step and the turn, and Ward is there again. She's been everywhere as of late, knocking that ball away. And it comes back to Betsy Armstrong. Under 5 to go right now in the third. 4-0 USA is in the lead. Here's Danielle Ward now. Throws ahead to Mathewson. Ordinary called. Gives off to Rulon. Rulon entry inside. Sideman holding off the defender with the off arm. Exclusion is called. 6-on-5 coming here for Team USA. That's going to go against Lucienne Maya. Her first. Dries to Silver. Swinging around, Mathewson. She'll have a look. Deals off to Rulon. Lob shot try is in. Score it. Power play goal for Team USA. Kelly Rulon hitting for her first goal. And the United States goes ahead now 5-0 on the power play goal. Team USA taking advantage there. We get a second look here at Kelly Rulon with the lob.
Kelly, a very experienced player, can know how to shoot the ball hard, lob the ball, you know, just really take advantage of the openings she sees.
Rulon, a 2004 Olympian, then stepped away for the following quadrennial, returned in 2009, and then was a member of the 2012 team. So definitely some experience throughout the years. Played for many years in Italy and hitting there for the United States, and now Brazil back on the offensive end. Here's Brazil. Ordinary called. Fatal giving chase. There's Steffens. Quick shot outside, and Armstrong gets a hand on that one with the right hand. That one almost skipped through, but she was able to knock it down. 4 minutes to go here in the third. New shot clock for Brazil. And Vigna will put it in play right now.
Team USA still in that hard press, trying to wear down that Brazilian team.
Ordinary not called, and it'll stay with Brazil. Looking at the outside shot. And then Armstrong there. Hard press, though, has not been the bread and butter of the USA for a full 4 periods, am I right?
No, we typically go into many different defenses. Our basic defense would be a zone, a 2-player zone. But, you know, it's always good to change it up.
Maggie Steffens goes with the bar down from outside, beating the keeper for her first goal, and the USA adds their lead now. Steffens there, a few fakes, and just that fast off the bar down and in. USA continues in front now.
Brazil hadn't been giving the U.S. team a very long time to fake the ball up until now, so Maggie had quite a lot of time to fake the ball and score.
5-0 lead here. Make it 6-0, excuse me, for USA. Under 3 to play, and the shot clock will expire there. And Brazil being forced out. But then the ball will turn over. It's going to come back to Brazil. It's like they wanted to dump that ball.
That's what it looked like.
But the officials seeing otherwise, not sure exactly what the call was there, but Brazil will take over. They'll have a new shot clock.
Being very physical at the center position. You see the defender fronting. It's lots of chance for grabbing when you're in a hard press in front.
6-0 lead for Team USA. 2:36 to go.
And here you see the signature two-player drop that USA uses.
Shot clock to 3. Brazil going nowhere fast, and this one will just get it handed over right to Jillian Krause. Bounced off her head. She'll take it as a steal. And then in transition, an exclusion called on Brazil. And a 6-on-5 coming now for the United States, but first a timeout will be called by Coach Adam Krikorian. So Brazil excluded. And a 6-on-5 coming here for the United States, and up 6-0 now. We have seen this USA offense start to kind of get in gear here and take advantage of some more opportunities.
That's right. For the last few possessions, it had been looking a little bit chaotic. I think Adam really just wanted to take a moment for the girls to slow it down, take it into control, and keep it in their style.
And we get a good look there at the USA huddle. You can see off to the side there, new assistant coach Chris Oding, rounding out the staff here with Adam Krikorian and Dan Klatt, former head coach and your former teammate Heather Moody, departing the team after the Olympics and head up to Northern California.
That's right. She's in Sacramento helping out with American River Water Polo.
And you replace one Olympian with another. Chris Oding, captain of the 2000 team and a standout at Cal, and he joins us, so I'm sure you're not against that pick, another Cal Bear on the team.
That's right, go Bears. It's good to see him out here and contributing to the girls team.
So out of the timeout, USA perhaps just trying to pump the brakes here a bit after a little chaotic play the last few trips down, and they'll come out of the timeout now with Armstrong controlling.
This is the second man-up situation.
6-on-5 advantage here for Team USA. Don't forget, shortly after this game concludes, we'll have USA B taking on the Canada Women's Senior National Team. And that'll bring another familiar face to the pool deck here, as Canada now coached by former longtime USA coach Guy Baker. And then later on tonight, 7:20 p.m., USA and Brazil in men's water polo action. Here a 6-on-5 for the U.S. Here's Krause. Around the perimeter, looking for Fatal. Sides coming even right now. Steffens handling. Deals off, and Vavic puts it away. Power play goal. The sides had just come even, but Monika Vavic able to connect on that one. So call it what you will, it's a goal for Team USA.
That's right. As the Brazilian went out to press on top, they left a 2-on-1 on the bottom line between Vavic and the post.
And one of the top scorers, the leading scorer for the USC Trojans this year, the national champions and MPSF Player of the Year. Her father, Jovan Vavic, Coach of the Year. So it's a good time to be in the Vavic household. The USC men win the national championship. They've just been winning all around, and she comes there with a goal and a 7-0 lead right now for Team USA. 1:30 to go in the third. Outside shot, Armstrong there with the right hand, knocks it down. Armstrong with the outlet. And speaking of coaches, Betsy Armstrong back to University of Michigan following the Olympics, coaching their women's team, joining the staff of Matt Anderson. Chance to lend her water polo expertise to the CWPA squad. Minute to go here in the third, 7-0 lead for USA. Here's Clark, cross pass, Vavic has a look, goes inside, dangerous pass, and knocked away, looking for Craig, but a couple of Whitecaps there take it back. Here's Bahia. Under a minute to go in the third.
Plays it over the right side, finds Kennedy. The beach.
Brazil slowing things down here. We see US still in a press, working on that press and also their conditioning here in this one. Shot clock to 1, and time will expire. Nicely done there by KK Clark. Lost her hat, but took the ball away. Comes back to Armstrong. Shot clock is off, 15 seconds to go as we wind down the third. It's been all U.S. They have led throughout this one 7-0. Slow start, but they have gotten their goals as of late. Here's Kraus. We're down to 5. Fatal takes a look. A few fakes back to Kraus. She'll fire and paint the corner. Jillian Kraus at the horn finds her second goal of the day. And Team USA goes up 8-0 at the end of the third. We'll take a timeout and return with the fourth. Team USA in control. You're watching the FINA World League Prelims.
When it comes to fun family getaways, it's got to be Holiday Inn Club Vacations. Room to be yourself.
Traveling for water polo this summer? Don't forget about Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn is the official hotel provider of USA Water Polo. For reservations or more, visit holidayinn.com. We're back here, 8-0, USA in front, along with Heather Petrie, Greg Meskel here with you. Thanks for joining us. Memorial Day weekend, Saturday afternoon here in Los Alamitos, and it's been all Team USA in the second and third periods, looking to close things out here. A lot of fans trying to block out the sun here. It is a sunny day here. You know quite well the sun capabilities here in Los Alamitos.
Yes, I've applied quite a lot of sunscreen over the years. I hope they have all applied it today. Very burned.
Yes, exactly. USA looking to close things out here, leading 8-0, and they'll be back in action, taking on Canada tomorrow evening. Games Monday as well. All the information available at usawaterpolo.org. Also follow us on Twitter at USAWP for live goal-by-goal updates of this one. We look back at some of the scoring here. It's been a balanced effort. Maggie Steffens, Annika Dries, Jillian Kraus, Courtney Mathewson, Monica Vavic all getting in on the act, and then Betsy Armstrong pitching a shutout. I don't think you could ask for, at least on paper, a much better effort here.
No, that's right. The girls, like I said, at the beginning of the game, when you're not up by a lot, you just want to stick to your game plan and slowly tick away at what you were trying to get done. I believe that's what they're doing.
From Brazil's standpoint, there's obviously not an 8-point shot available out there, but they, I think, would like to at least maybe get a few goals on the board here. That might be a bit of a moral victory for them.
That's right. Brazil's having a little bit of a tough time with Team USA's hard press. I think you'll probably look for a little bit more movement from them to maybe draw some ejections or create some offense in that way.
Ward is going to take care of the opening sprint. There's a good look at the bench and head coach Sandy Nita proudly stated there's only 2 teams that have qualified for the 2016 Olympic Games, the Brazil men and the Brazil women. Everyone else on the outside looking in right now with about 3 years to go.
That coveted spot everybody wants.
Ward had it and then lost it over the lap lane, and it'll come to Brazil. So they'll start things off here with the ball. You know, and for the U.S., unless something changes, they're going to have to go a road that hasn't happened since back in '99, going to the qualification tournament.
That's right. It's a much harder road. You'll be qualifying just 4 months or so before the games, but it can be done. We did do it in 2000, and you know, any opportunity to go play at the Olympic Games, you're going to show up and play well.
Entry inside and looking for Annika Dries, surrounded by white hats, but the exclusion is called. 6-on-5 and wasting no time. Lolo Silver buries that one for her first. Exclusion went on Marina Zableith, but she didn't even get a chance to clear the pool before Silver put that one away.
That's right. Lolo was all alone. She took advantage of that. Just nailed it into the goal.
And Brazil now trailing 9-0, so not the start they wanted here. Just about 30 seconds gone by in the fourth, and they've allowed another goal. USA offense now starting to flex their muscles here as we get in the later stages of this one.
You're seeing a lot of driving from the top, a lot of movement, trying to create an offensive advantage here for Brazil.
Here's Isabella Chiappini. Moves that ball around. And we'll get an exclusion. This one is going to go against Danielle Ward. That is her second, and a 6-on-5 opportunity right now for Brazil. Under 7 to go here in the fourth. Chiappini swings it around the perimeter. A few fakes. Sides coming even, shot clock to 4. And knocked away. Great defense there from the United States.
That's right, and the Brazil team maybe being a little bit tentative there, wanting to find that perfect shot where, because they haven't scored yet, they just wanted to find that net.
Yeah, perhaps getting a little anxious here, really wanting to put the ball in the net.
That's right.
Ordinary called. Oh, excuse me, it'll be a contra foul, so Rulon leading with the head there, and we'll turn the ball over. It'll come back to Brazil and their keeper, Chamorro. Rulon now providing defense. And Ward there again. She has been a thief in this one, another steal, and now she is off to the races here. Brazil giving chase. Ward has some good speed and draws the exclusion. Got ahead of the field. It's going to go against Marina Duarte. And a 6-on-5 here for the U.S. Here's Seidemann walking it in, takes a look, and what a save. Beautifully done there by Chamorro with the right hand.
That was a great save. Melissa had the best position right there in the center of the goal. It was definitely her shot, and she needed to take that.
9-0 advantage for the United States. Thought they had 10 there, but Brazil with the save. And we go down the other end. Ordinary called. A few fakes. Shot clock about to expire, and they're not going to get a shot off. Silver from behind, knocking that one away. So Brazil now a few times not totally aware of the shot clock situation. Here's Mathewson. She'll give a look, deals it off to Silver. 5 to play. Mathewson around to Silver, and she puts it away. Lolo Silver going near side, high corner. Not easy to do. She makes it look easy.
She does make it look easy. As a right-hander shooting on that side, it's a little bit more difficult with ankles, but Lolo is one of the best shooters there and makes it look very easy.
Set a then record in the Australian League, scored something like 85 goals in a single season. Cammy Craig returned from Australia this year and happily reported her goal total and was upset to learn she was about 20 shy of what Lolo had put up.
I know, as a leading scorer, she was very happy about that. As centers, they rarely get to be leading the offensive charge.
Usually doing the dirty work, drawing the exclusions.
Yep. Brazil moving to movement-based offense, trying to create offensive advantages.
Shot clock to 8. Lob try almost trickled in. Armstrong might have got a fingertip on it, bounced off the crossbar, and it's back to the United States. 10-0. They're in front here, well on their way to a victory here at the FINA World League Prelims. Super Final on the way, June 1 through 6, so heading out very shortly for that in Beijing, China, site of the 2008 Olympic Games. And there's a contra foul, comes back to Brazil. And then from there, it's on to Barcelona for the FINA World Championships. That'll start in mid to late July. So a couple of former Olympic sites on tap this summer. 2008 games, 1992 games.
I believe the girls get to play in the water cube in Beijing, which was the site of the swimming events.
Oh, that'll be very exciting.
Yeah.
And nothing there. Brazil elects to dump the ball.
Ordinary called. And that one gets dumped away, and it'll turn over back to the U.S.
Long pass from Betsy Armstrong. She's very good at making those full court passes right to the hand.
Here's Monika Vavic. To 12 here on the timer. Steffens deals back to Vavic. 3:20 to go here in the fourth. USA leading by 10. Kraus, a few fakes, getting into position. Fires, tries to go over the goalie's head, and a save there, partially off the crossbar.
Victoria tomorrow will look for the outlet and finds Rena Canetti.
Outlet pass. And here's Canetti handling. U.S. has Brazil way out near mid-tank. Shot clock to 6.
Team USA, while they're in a hard press, also needs to be aware of how aggressive in movement the Brazilian team is being, where they've got to back off just a little bit so they don't get kicked out. That
one controlled there by Armstrong as the shot clock was about to expire. 2:30 to go here in the fourth. Here's KK Clark. Cross pass. Swings to Vavic. Vavic swings it around Steffens. Entry inside Craig. And off of the crossbar. Had great position, just couldn't get that one down. With defenders hanging all over her.
Cami likes that position. Great turn inside. All she had to do, I think, was finish down a little bit more, and the ball would have been in the goal. Signature move for Cami Craig.
One of the top centers in international water polo. Ordinary called. Down to 7, under 2 to go in the game. Ordinary. And Armstrong takes it away. Clark able to knock that one back. Hang around after this one. Gonna hope to talk with Coach Krikorian, a member of Team USA, after the conclusion of the fourth period, and then we'll have a match right on the heels of this one. USA 2 taking on Canada. Coach Sandino will call for time. 10-0 USA leading, and this obviously a teaching moment here for Brazil. They know they're not going to come out victorious in this one, but a chance to perhaps maybe fine-tune some of their offense.
That's right. They're probably going to look to run a play that might come in handy later in the summer, or just give them a little bit of rest so that they can execute what they need to do.
We talked a little bit about the qualification for Rio 2016, and reason being Brazil considered part of the Americas when it comes to Olympic qualification. That was normally something that came out of the Pan American Games. That's how the U.S. has qualified for the last 3 Olympic Games. But going forward, Brazil will take that continental qualifier automatically as the host. So you're making reference to the qualification tournament. You guys did that in 2000 after falling to Canada in the Pan American Games. So just a more difficult road to go because you're playing against all these great European teams.
That's right. There are so many strong European teams, and only 4 spots typically left going into the games just 4 months before. So you're going to be going over there battling it out, trying to take one of those spots from a European team.
Still a long way off from that, though. It's like one of those things that comes up in the blink of an eye, but then it literally does take 3 years of work to get there.
That's right. A lot of opportunities for them to grow and gel as a team and really get to know each other. Opportunities to play the other countries as well.
And for the U.S., high expectations going into the summer. You won the Olympic gold medal a year ago, so the team's expecting the team, even with players leaving, still to be good.
That's right. We've got a lot of reoccurring Olympians coming back to play, so they'll look to be a strong team. But we also have some new players.
And that one turns over. And talking with Coach Krikorian, he had mentioned that in the last 3 Olympic Games, the gold medalists from the Olympic Games had not medaled the next year in the World Championships. So a goal to shoot for Team USA.
That's an interesting statistic.
Yeah.
I do hope that we can achieve that.
Under a minute to go here in the fourth. 10-0 USA in command of this one, playing out the string here on their way to a win. Inside the 2 is the call there. And the ball will turn over. Like that was Rachel Fatal, a little too close to the cage. very familiar to this area, Seal Beach native, Los Alamitos High School. Doesn't get much more of a home game for her.
Team USA sticking with that hard press all the way to the end of the game.
So clearly something they wanted to get some reps in on.
Yes, that's probably true. Adam wanted them to practice this in order to work on that for their game against Canada later on this weekend.
Ball turnover there as the shot clock was about to expire, and USA can run out the clock here on their way to a 10-0 victory. Balance scoring 4 players with 2 goals apiece. Armstrong doesn't allow a goal in the process, and that'll do it. Team USA takes this one in convincing fashion. They defeat Brazil 10-0. Exciting finish there for the United States as they are able to just press and keep Brazil out of this and come away with the win. Nicely done here by Team USA. Slow start, but they finish strong.
I like to see the consistency throughout the quarters, just taking their game plan and slowly getting it done. That's just as important as a blowout.
So don't forget, we have more action on the way. USA 2 taking on Canada. But today's broadcast is brought to you by Tier, the official outfitter of USA Water Polo. Also by Holiday Inn, the official hotel of USA Water Polo. And by Mikasa, the official ball of USA Water Polo. We'll step aside, and when we return, we're going to hopefully talk with members of Team USA. Hang around. We're back after this.
I am water polo. I am water polo.
I am water polo.
And welcome back to the game. Team USA playing a shutout today against Brazil. Great effort for them today with their defense, putting away some great offense, and just giving them an opportunity to practice with this brand new team as we head into this summer's World Championships in Barcelona, Spain. I really enjoyed seeing the girls back together again. I missed being in the pool with them and thought that a lot of the stuff they were doing today was incredible after a break away from each other. Hopefully you're going to see some good water polo from them, and they can continue the success we had last year into this summer with a new team. I think as you head into World League Super Finals and this summer's competition at World Championships, you're going to see Canada with a great team bringing back some solid players. Also, the teams from this summer's games at Australia, always a strong competitor for USA, just because that they're very similar style and always give us great competitions. Europe always having some solid efforts out there. We're going to look for the same teams from Italy that were there at the Olympic Games, Russia, and now we're going to go and have Greg talk to Coach Adam Krikorian and one of our players from the U.S. team.
All right, we're back here after a victory for Team USA. We're joined with Adam Krikorian, Cami Craig. Adam, a slow start for Team USA, and then you guys were able to turn it on late and pull away for the win.
Yeah, definitely a slow start. I wasn't too happy with how we played in the first half, but the second half I thought we picked it up another level, and overall defensively I thought we played very well, and I'm really pleased about that.
You're mixing in some new talent here. You have some of your returners, but some of the new players. How's that process going about integrating some of this new talent?
It's it can be a slow process and it's a learning process, but we understand that. We got long-term goals, and that's it's not about just playing well right now. We realize we're going to make some mistakes. It's more about learning from the mistakes and helping each other and the young ones, leaning on the old ones, and hopefully maybe even the old ones at times leaning on the young ones for a little bit of energy and enthusiasm too.
And we're joined with one of those returners in Cami Craig. Cami, you have the long layoff. You were playing in Australia, but your teammates not playing since London. What is it like to just be back out here playing competitive water polo?
It's so much fun. I really miss my girls, and it takes going away and coming back to realize how much you missed your teammates. And we have a new group out here, and it's really fun just kind of setting goals and taking one game at a time and growing each game. Is it hard to kind of get back into that competitive mode? You have Super Final, Worlds on the way. I think every time you put on a bathing suit or a cap that says USA on it, fires you up, and I'm looking forward to getting over to Beijing and seeing some other teams and taking it one game at a time. All right, so USA victorious here against Brazil, thanks to Adam and Cami. We'll step aside and return with the USA B team taking on Canada after this.